Jim Rohn says, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But if that's true, then who are you? The power of the people you surround yourself with every day is tremendous. They influence your thinking, your discipline, your motivation, and your momentum as well. They have a huge impact on how you feel, not because you're weak, but because as human beings, we are social by nature. It's a survival instinct wired deep within us. This is where social contagion comes into play, a psychological and sociological phenomenon that explains how behaviors, emotions, and even ideas spread through social networks, often without a conscious awareness. And there is science behind it. From a psychological perspective, our brains are wired to mimic the behaviors, emotions, and even speech patterns of those around us. Mirror neurons cause us to unconsciously absorb the energy of those in our environment. If you're surrounded by people who are driven, ambitious, and disciplined, you start mirroring those traits. But if you're constantly around people who prioritize distractions and short-term pleasure, you slowly adopt those habits too. And from a sociological perspective, trends, norms, and behaviors diffuse across society based on group dynamics. If your social circle values growth and accountability, you naturally feel the pressure to keep up. On the other hand, if the people around you prioritize fun and chasing dopamine with no vision for the future, you might feel like you're doing well enough, simply because you're on par with them. This is where the saying comes in, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. From a network theory perspective, your behavior isn't just influenced by your closest friends. It extends to people 3 degrees away from you. Research by Nicholas Christakis and James Fowler shows that even your friends' habits can shape your life. That's how powerful your social network is. Real-life examples of social contagion can look like this. If the people around you are constantly anxious or unmotivated, that energy spreads. Conversely, if you're surrounded by people who radiate confidence and purpose, you feel the same. From a behavioral contagion perspective, the habits of your group will become your habits as well. Fitness trends, work ethics, or even reckless spending, these behaviors spread like wildfire in social circles. From an ideational contagion perspective, the ideas you absorb shape your reality, whether it's political beliefs, financial literacy, or personal growth philosophies. The conversations you engage in determine how you see the world. Who are you becoming? If you spend time with people who are always pushing themselves, challenging each other, and striving for something bigger, you will rise to the occasion. You will find yourself more motivated, more accountable, and more resilient. So, imagine the type of friends who will help you supercharge your life. How do they sound like? What do you feel around them? What are you discussing on a daily basis? What are you thinking about each other? Because at the end of the day, your environment is shaping you whether you realize it or not. And if you're not careful about who's influencing you, someone else is writing your story for you. Choose wisely.